Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news for the week ending the 31st of March 2019, covering the latest of Alpha 3.5, Around the Verse, Reverse the Verse, crytek, lawsuit updates, sneak peeks, and other bits from this week. And 3.5 has just gone to Wave 2 on the PTU as well, literally as I was recording this. This week's newsletter message was, hold on to your helmets, Alpha 3.5 is almost ready for prime time, with tons of new features and content, including totally revamped flight mechanics and experience, hitting the persistent universe in the not-so-distant future. I'll link the full newsletter below. At time of recording, they literally have just gone to Wave 2 for the PTU, which now includes the most active players for the 3.5.0 K-patch, and introduces the new flight model along with Art Corp, playable female characters, character customization, and the redesigned 300i. Check your emails or the settings section of your RSI account on the RSI website to see if you have access. If you can copy your account across to the PTU, then you should have access. The Alpha 3.5.0 K-patch is actually in a very good place. It adds auto gimbals and security reinforcements and has a lot better performance than a lot of the previous patches. There are still a few bugs, but if they can solve these and make sure they get AI working in a good state and NPCs actually populating the verse in a good way, then it's a solid candidate for a live build of 3.5. There are no roadmap updates this week. There hasn't been an update since the 22nd of March. The next major update has been planned for the 5th of April. We should actually probably see quite a lot being added and moved around on the roadmap after that, because 3.5 should be live by then, and they should potentially push into the first quarter of 2020 as well. The sneak peek this week was at the 890 Jumps atrium. I am very much looking forward to the 890 Jump being flyable in-game. Let's have a quick look at Around the Verse. They talked mostly about updates to 3.5 that are in the PTU, and we sort of know about that all. We can see on the roadmap, and I've done videos about it, that sort of stuff every day. They also announced that Around the Verse was going to take a 3-week break. This was due to scheduling being done after a major release and some potential improvements that they're going to be doing in the show, and the devs are quite busy with certain bits and bobs, so that they want to give that little break after major releases. We'll have to wait and see exactly what improvements we might see and what's going to happen with ATV going forward after that 3-week break. Reverse the Verse is still going to be there though, and Chris Roberts was interviewed on RTV this week, talking a lot about 3.5 features again, but also some plans for the future and evolutions that we'll see after 3.5 goes live. Organisation features are being worked on for sharing, more multi-crew gameplay is coming, as is a permission system. We should see some additions to the roadmap for these soon. There's going to be more lawful and legitimate missions as well coming. They are working on server-side object container streaming and full persistence at the moment. We should see at least some of this year. Vulkan integration is also coming. This will allow for more performance, and they still have plans for VR, which requires Vulkan to be there for them. They are still planning how to do no-fly zones and flight restrictions, how that sort of stuff's going to work on planets. They don't want hard deaths for players, more sort of softer ways to prevent players from ramming population centres or flying too far off course on dense city planets. But they are still working those mechanics out. We will have unique physicalized persistent HABs at some point that players will be able to buy and rent, and potentially share ownership with organizations and things like that in the future. So that's the sort of stuff that they are looking at for organization features as well. VTOL is getting more work for Alpha 3.6. They should be a lot more useful VTOL thrusters in that update. Some crytek updates with the lawsuit there. There were some minor updates to the case, mainly from Cloud Imperium's side. It looks like they've requested that crytek put up a bond for $2.2 million to cover Cloud Imperium's fees, assuming they are the prevailing party. It looks like you're allowed to do that in this particular sort of case because crytek are a foreign plaintiff. Please remember that I'm not a lawyer. It's from my understanding of what I've read and digested from those legal documents that I talk about here, and I will post a link to that down below as well for people that want to peruse them. There was also a sort of statement from Faceware's product developer director saying they didn't have access to CryEngine's code and that Cloud Imperium did the integration. Basically, they said that they didn't see any secret code from crytek they weren't supposed to. There is lots of general posturing and reiteration of the case in these documents, but Cloud Imperium have gone a bit more on the offensive this time, claiming that Crytek started omitting Star Citizen from its annual developer showcase, and it's quite hypocritical of them to be complaining that they were removed from the credits and splash screens in their in Star Citizen and that sort of stuff. I would assume that this is all done in an attempt to push Crytek to settle for a smaller amount than they may have had on their minds already. But it could also be a sign that Cloud Imperium are going to fight the case fully and try and reclaim all of their costs. Whatever they do, hopefully it will be the most sensible solution for Star Citizen and the game. That's sort of like all I want as a backer, to them to spend as much of the money they can on the game for game development costs and hemorrhage less elsewhere. More efficiency, better efficiency, the best efficient. I don't know where I'm going with that. Faceware have announced something new coming on the 2nd of April, and there is a countdown on their website. They are the people that are making the FOIP cameras that are very specifically for Star Citizen and the best possible FOIP experience. And they recently reiterated that they are still working with Star Citizen on their camera and acknowledged that it's been delayed longer than they'd like. They recently had a meeting with the Cloud Imperium guys at GDC, apparently. BristenCon is a Star Citizen fanfest on the 27th of April 2019 in Manchester this year at the Museum of Science and Industry. Tickets are available from britainCon.uk from £30. You can also grab one on the door as well. There's going to be a load of Cloud Imperium devs there, Brian Chambers, Tim Welsh. Expect to see panels from CIG devs there. A lot of cool things happening during the day and presentations and chats and stuff. JR Fabrication, who make model ships and props, are going to be there. They recently showed off a little Vandal Hunter model they made. I'm going to be there along with a load of other streamers and YouTubers too. It is one of the highlights of my year, so come down if you can. There will be Bar Citizens in the evenings the day before and the same night as well. So please check that out if you are in the area. Every month we have a ship giveaway. This month, by popular demand again, it's for an Anvil Carrack. This time sponsored by Forgotten Heralds, a lawful private military company with a history grounded in UEE military service. They are recruiting at the moment and are a good choice for both veteran and new players alike. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that Carrack, though, is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and comment on any of my Star Citizen videos made during this month. Links to more info on Forgotten Heralds and full details of the giveaway down below. If you don't have a gaming PC yet or you are upgrading, instead consider Shadow Cloud Gaming. They allow you to leverage the powers of the internet to stream a high-spec Windows 10 environment to any other PC, Mac or device like a smartphone or tablet. It is working really well in Star Citizen's 3.4 branch, and be sure to use the code BoredGamer if you do decide to check it out to get a discount. Links below. This channel exists because of its community. If you wish to support the channel further, below there are links to Patreon, Subscribestar, and there's the YouTube channel memberships, literally the join button below this video. VIPs do get some exclusive stuff and early content as a thank you as well. If you have any feedback, suggestions, or just want to say hi, please drop a comment below or poke me on discord.gg/BoredGamer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.